Alrighty, this What Am I practice activity comes from Google Classroom. It's the top activity that says What Am I? So go ahead and open that up in Google Classroom. And you'll want the answer sheet and then your tree map next to you as well. All right, so on the What Am I? Let's go ahead and go to the instructions page. So on each slide, there's an organism. You're going to read the description of the organism and decide what kingdom and domain the organism belongs in. And you're going to write your answers not on the notebook paper. You're going to write them on your answer sheet. And you're going to write three things: the name of the organism, the name of the domain, and the name of the kingdom. All right, on to the next. Okay, so the first organism is the mushroom. So on your answer sheet right here, you're going to type in mushroom or write in mushroom. Okay, and now we got to use the tree map here to figure out which domain and which kingdom it's in. So we look at its characteristics. First, it says has a nucleus. So we got to decide, is that a prokaryote cell or is that a eukaryote cell? And it just so happens that I added clues here. So here it says cells with a nucleus. So the mushroom has eukaryotic cells. So right here, we follow the little line over and it says the eukarya domain. So that's the only domain that eukaryotic cells belong in. So on our answer sheet under domain, we're going to type in eukarya. Okay, so now we're going to use our other characteristics to figure out the kingdom that it's in. So next it says many cells. So we got to ask ourselves, is that a unicellular organism or is that multicellular? Okay, so many and multi mean the same thing. So we come over here. Well, Protista says unicellular, so we know that it's not going to be the Protista kingdom. Fungi says multicellular, plant says multicellular, animal says multicellular. So we know it's going to be one of these three kingdoms. So we look at the next thing on the list. It says decomposer and heterotroph. So we look at our three kingdoms. Fungi says decomposer right here. This says autotroph and this says heterotroph. So the only one that says decomposer is right here, the fungi kingdom. So in this blank, we're going to write the fungi kingdom. And that's how you do it. Okay, so a couple more. We're going to go to number 2. This is the amoeba. So in this first blank, we're going to write amoeba. So now we got to figure out what domain it's in. All right, so it says has a nucleus. So we got to decide, is that a prokaryote or is that a eukaryote? Come over here, cells with a nucleus. So it's a eukaryote. So the only domain it can belong in is the eukarya domain. So we're going to type in eukarya again. So now we got to figure out what kingdom it's in. Okay, so it says one cell. So we come over here, out of these 4 kingdoms in the eukarya domain, which one or ones is unicellular? Okay, so Protista is unicellular. There's multi, multi, multi. So Protista is the only one it can be. So we're going to type in here, we're going to type in Protista. All right, we are going to skip ahead to number 5 because it's a little bit different than the other ones. So in this blank next to number 5, we're going to put thermophile or thermophile. Okay, then we go back, look at, okay, it says no nucleus. Well, so that tells us that it's a prokaryote cell, but there's 2 domains to choose from here. So we can't pick a domain yet because we don't know which one. So it says 1 cell. So we look at the characteristics, unicellular, unicellular. Didn't tell us anything. Okay, consumes food. We got to decide, is that a heterotroph or an autotroph? A heterotroph consumes food. So that says heterotroph. Oh, this one says heterotroph too. Okay, so we go down here. 1 parent, that's asexual reproduction. So this one says sexual or asexual. So does this one, sexual or asexual. So that didn't help us. So now it says live near volcanic vents. Extreme environment. This says normal or moderate environment. Here, this one says extreme environment. So we know we work backwards. It says the Archaea kingdom. So we can put Archaea here for the kingdom, and now we got to look for the domain. So we go follow the line backwards, and it says the Archaea domain. Okay. So that's how you're going to do this activity.